Hey, what's up collectors? Jim here with another figure review, and tonight we're taking a look at the second set that I picked up. I already did a review on the first set. This is the second set of the Disney Parks Star Wars, but this is the prequel collection. So I did pick up two sets. Like I said, I got these at the Orlando airport. That's where I picked them up at on our last vacation we had to Disney World. So I don't know if this is a Disney Parks, airport exclusive thing. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure you could probably find these at like the Disney store or on the secondary market, but that's where I picked these up at. And this is the packaging. You get a big open window. It shows you all of the characters, and this was the reason why I bought the set to begin with, because all of these three characters right here, Jar Jar Binks. I mean, we never see Jar Jar, so that's very, very cool. But this is kind of like the of course this is the Star Wars prequel collection, so this is kind of like more or less the villains. But got a picture of Darth Maul there. Top it says Disney Parks, on the bottom it says Star Wars prequel. That side you get the same picture. On this side you get the same picture. On the bottom you get the Star Wars, collectible figures. And on the back you do have some shots from the movie, along with a little bit of a read-up right here. And then of course it tells you the cast of the characters in this set, which is the Darth Maul, the Jango Fett, the General Grievance, the Battle Droid, the Clone Trooper, and Jar Jar Binks. So yeah, let's crack these open and check them out. Okay, and here they are out of the packaging. And though I do like these characters a lot, this was the main package that did draw me to buy the 2-pack. This is definitely the worst out of them, just as far as just everything about them. I mean, there is some nice sculpt, nice paint, but I will show you the annoying things. Now, one, they all come with their own stands. The one thing that I did find was a little bit weird is this was the only stand that would fit this droid. So you kind of have him at this weird, like, you always have to bend his legs out to get him to fit on here, because he was kind of like this. So I was trying to find one of these to match. Now, this is the only one that was left after I kind of matched the other ones up. And I guess they just kind of have him in this position. So let's take a look at him, because he is pretty much the more plain out of all of them. You got the basic sculpt there. He does have his little blaster. You got a little bit of paint there for the eyes. The torso and the arms are two different colors, and you can actually even see that, so that's a little bit annoying. But I mean, they're little figurines, so I mean, I'm not like complaining, I'm just pointing out the things that are a little bit on the aggravating side. And then you got Darth Maul here, who looks awesome, and he actually stands without the stand. He will stand up for the most part. Put him back on the stand, but I mean, he looks pretty good. You got that little bit of paint going on for the face. You got the sculpt, his lightsaber. Kind of like have him in this whooshing effect going on with his robe there. The back of him, side of him. So he looks, I mean, not bad for what it is. He does stand on his own. And then this is his double lightsaber, which is just, look at that. Oh my god, and what makes it even worse is the way that they have him posed. And this is, like, once again, none of these have articulation in them. The droid is just it's like kind of cheap plastic, so you can kind of bend it, but you really can't pose it. You can't, so you can do this, but it's, not meant to do that. But the way that they have Darth Maul's hands, it's like there's no way for him to hold it. I mean, really, you can only get it in this hand, and it won't go back up in this hand unless you, like, kind of bend it and force it. And then look, looks like he's playing freaking tug-of-war or something. So, that's a little bit disappointing. Let's get him back on the stand. And then we got Jar Jar. So he looks awesome. Definitely one of the reasons why I got this, because we don't have any Jar Jar figures, that I know of anyway. But we got his little black painted eyes, got a nice little orange color. I do like how they, painted his arm. It looks really nice. As far as the rest of them, it's pretty plain. Let's get some sculpting on the pants. You get some little bit of toenails painted. They did paint this back of the arm as well, the back of the ears. So Jar Jar came out looking pretty good. Nice little cool pose, kind of with his little smirk, kind of waving. And then we get Jango Fett. He's in a cool pose. And will he stand on his own? No, he's a little bit too back heavy, so he does need to stand in order to stand upright. But he looks pretty cool. I do like Jango Fett. He looks good. You know, got some decent paint on him. Got both of his blasters, kind of in a cool pose. Nice painting on the belt there, and his pads down to his shoes. So yeah, definitely like the Jango Fett. He's looking pretty cool. Nice detail on his shoes. And then his backpack looks really good. I like how they got the, orange in there and a little bit of silver up at the top. That looks really cool. So there's Jango Fett. And then we got the clone trooper. And he looks cool. I do like the pose that he is in. And again, I mean, it's pretty basic, but the sculpt is there with a little bit of paint detail. Blaster looks good. It's not like warped too bad, but it is warped a little bit. It's kind of like going back on me a little bit because I did try fixing that already. But it looks good for the most part. It's just basically the white with the black. He did paint like the gray of his shoes, his knee pads. Coming up that side and turn him around. So it doesn't look too bad. And then General Grievance. This was definitely another one that I wanted. He actually looks pretty good for what it is. I mean, I do like how they painted the eyes, and they tried their best at the price point. So they kind of painted the inside and even like a little bit of his guts, even though some of the paint is kind of rubbing off on the outside. But I mean, overall, it's pretty neat. The lightsabers are definitely disappointing because once again, they're just like that other lightsaber, just a very, very cheap, bendy plastic, But overall, again, the sculpt is there. His feet look really cool. They got him in a really nice, kind of stance, like coming right at you with all four of his arms out, each one with a lightsaber. So definitely a good choice for him. And we do get a little bit of sculpting and a little bit of paint work throughout him. Definitely need to do something with those lightsabers though. Definitely gotta try, straighten them out as best as I possibly can. But for what they are definitely pretty neat. They definitely will make nice little, pieces for the shelf. Now, just like the other ones, these are definitely on the small side. Let's see, Darth Maul is like over 3.5 inches. General Grievance is like almost 4.5 inches to the top. So they're definitely pretty small. Here is a Black Series 6-inch figure, just to give you a little bit of a size comparison. Here's that R2-D2. And here is the Boba Fett compared with the Jango Fett, and this came from the other set. So I mean, like I said, overall, for them being kind of like, just somewhere on a shelf somewhere, they're gonna look pretty good for what they are. But yeah, that's it, guys. That is the second pack that I got of that, the 2 for $28 deal I got down at the airport, and that is the Disney Park Star Wars Prequel collection. So very, very neat. Thank you for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know what your thoughts and comments down in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you guys on the next figure review.